Hi guys, I'm Alice Green and welcome back to the Funky Evolution Party. So I've been a little bit busy being a woman, um, sewing things because that's just what women do, making things because that's what women do. But according to society out there, there's no such thing as a woman anymore. It's just a man dressed as a woman, and all women with their bonus holes and God knows what really needs to just be nipped in the butt now, because I am so tired of, okay, it's a bonus hole, which means everyone now is an asshole. Is that the way society is running? Because it is pretty much the theme. I sit here and I just think, like, how in such an information-based society where we have so much information, basic biology at our fingertips, that we have gone so far, diverted so far off the path, from giving kids porn at 8 years old through to cosmetically changing our bodies into body parts that don't actually work. And it's like, huh? I don't quite understand. And unless someone can debate me sensibly, which everyone refuses to do, actually give me some facts on how this improves people's lives. And number three, how pissing all over women is actually going to progress society. So I had my period last week, and I can tell you, this debate about men having periods really needs to just be wiped off the table. Let's get into some basic biology. Every single human on this planet started as an egg in their grandma's womb. There is a sacred feminine that runs through every single one of us. Now, maybe this oppression is because of the sacred feminine being so oppressed in society, and it's like that last push. But why? What is the point? Why do men want to have periods? What is the point? I'll tell you what the point of a period is. So that tiny little egg that we're talking about. So my eggs were created in my mother when she was pregnant with me, and why the female is actually such an important part of our society, right? And that little egg once a month wants to be fertilized, right? It won't get fertilized if I don't have a male and some sperm, which is the point of sex, the male and the female, because it's not how we dress, I just to show you guys, I mean, like, I'm ready for a day in the garden, and then it just rained on me. So I thought I'd make a video instead. And this whole idea of fashion and wanting to wear short skirts and be sexualized individuals. But what happens if your sex organs have been chopped off? You can't feel pleasure. It doesn't actually work. This hole that they've created, that you literally have to be a wanker every day to keep open, so we're creating a society of wankers who can't actually satisfy themselves. And what happens when people are sexually oppressed? We've seen this. Hysteria kicks in. Aggression kicks in. People get angry and frustrated because there is no sexual release. As humans, we don't just have sex to reproduce, although that is the biggest part of sex and sexuality, i.e., I am a woman with my ovaries and my uterus. And let's get back to the period where that tiny little egg that wants to be fertilized, like, oh, let's build up all this lining, maybe. And then it's like, oh, and that's where the pain comes in. Your stomach is literally, your uterus is literally tearing itself apart, shredding, in order to, it's like, oh, missed opportunity, next. And that happens on a monthly basis. Now, if a man defines himself as a woman because he can have a period that's induced via chemical, where is the logic in that? What are you actually, you're robbing yourself of your sexual pleasure, which, not being funny, it's the only real thing that you have for you and yourself. So the second I take away my breasts, there's no sensations there that are going to make all the juices flow in the body and X, Y, and Z. And it's the same as a man. You stroke it, it's good. You guys know. I don't need to explain sex to you. You get the ins and outs of what that is. However, The second we start putting chemicals into our body, that changes our hormones completely. Then our sex drives change, then everything changes. So you're actually taking away your pleasure points. For what? To wear clothes? What is the point of putting on the makeup and the hair if it's about being sexually desired? And then when you do get to the sex part, you can't actually perform it. Whoa. And that could be for the rest of your life. Now, let's take a step back. Let's pretend this gender revolution was about the male with a penis and the female with her ovaries and her uterus and her breasts, right? Got to keep all their body parts, and we just changed the fashion. So it's men can wear skirts and dresses without claiming to be women, because at the end of the day, the biology of the body is designed for two main reasons. That is to procreate and to enjoy sex and for pleasure. If you start taking these things away, you can't reproduce and you can't feel pleasure. What does that leave you with? A very angry, repressed section of society. Now, as we I don't know when this war is actually going to stop, because everyone is so pumped up on adrenaline, on hormones. It's all pa, pa, pa. But where's the facts? I want to hear facts on how these transitions have actually helped people, how they've helped society, how younger people are feeling more empowered. I don't see any of this. So you can't tell me that this science experiment that is being pushed onto our children and into our societies, that's causing violence against women, that's causing more sexual predators because they can't even use their organs. Now, if you, again, dating men in makeup and skirts, trying to date lesbians, come on. It's like, you can't expect a vegetarian to eat a piece of steak. It's just not possible. And for us to keep shoving our ideologies down everybody's throat rather than actual hard facts, and I'm talking, my eggs are hard facts. Going through its process of shedding are hard facts. Me taking medication to induce pain is actually sadistic. It's what's self-harming. What's the difference of me self-harming myself, cutting myself, or inducing myself with pills? Self-harm is self-harm. The second you start to change things, and cosmetic surgery is also self-harm. All of these people that go out and get nose jobs and boob jobs and all of that, you're self-harming yourself. Now, if you want to be this healthy, whatever person, then start looking at your body as a beautiful system that is yours, rather than giving it to everybody as a sexual act and then not actually being able to do anything. Let's be realistic. I really want to crush this gender wars. I'm tired of it being pushed down our throats. I'm tired of women happening to change our language to suit men and not upset men. The bonus hole being everyone is an asshole. Facts. Fact over fiction, because it's simple biology, and those simple biologies that we're trying to change is actually what sexual pleasure, procreation. Do you want kids? If you don't, that's fine, but still, you're going to want to have good sex in your life. And even if you don't have sex with somebody else, being a wanker but having your body parts is better than not having anything at all and being like, I'm angry at society, let's punch women in the face. Guess what? We punch back. So I'm going to leave you there. Please like, share, get the message out there, because this gender war, it doesn't help society. It's just pushing us further and further back, confusing the future generations to come. And we don't need any more of that. So get the message out there, and yeah, let's get this party started.